the University of Colorado at Denver, do a Channel 9 show, Dr. Colorado, it's the Colorado Company, do a column on history in the Denver Post. Did you see that this morning, Payton? Good. Look in the Post this morning. My column finally came out. And I've written 41 books on Colorado.
Wow.
And people call me Dr. Colorado. And I can answer any question that Payton might have, I hope.
I hope. Okay, so my first question is, why is Buffalo Bill still honored even though he killed over 6,000 buffalo?
It's funny, Payton, that's an interesting historiographical question. Wow, he was probably the best-known American of his time when he dies in 1917. He'd been all over the world, taught the whole world to play cowboys and Indians, and people idolized him as the prototypical American. But then shortly after his death, people started pointing out, as you did, that he killed all these 5,318 buffalo, according to his own count, and had killed Indians, and was supposedly a womanizer and an alcoholic, and wanted to make a hero of such a guy. But he's been rehabilitated recently. People point out that he actually saved the buffalo. On his ranches, he raised breeding herds of buffalo. And from that, they've repopulated buffalo, which now you see like up in Genesee, as you know, but near Golden, and big buffalo ranches, and they're increasing in numbers again, thanks partly to Buffalo Bill having breeding pairs of them. He paid Indians the same wages that he paid whites to perform in the Wild West show. And he also, let's see, what else am I going to say? He's also become something of a champion of Indians and paid them the same wage and let them tell their story on the Wild West show.
Cool. And my next question is, who is Baby Doe?
Baby Doe Tabor was the most beautiful woman in Colorado. She looked a bit like your mom, the loveliest lady of all, and she stole Horace Tabor, who was a U.S. senator and a silver mining tycoon from Leadville, from his wife Augusta, his hard-working first wife. He left her for Baby Doe, who was half his age, as a trophy bride. And she becomes famous, though, because after he dies, she lives in the Matchless Mine up in Leadville. Have you been up to Leadville? You can still see this mine. It's a museum today. She does penance up there for her sins, and is found frozen to death there in 1933 in the shape of a cross, and was taken down and buried in Mount Olivet Cemetery with Horace Tabor in Golden.
Cool. Okay. My third question is, are there any other iconic statues in downtown Golden that can relate to ancient Egypt?
Adolph Coors, probably provided more jobs than anybody in Golden, and makes Colorado's most famous product, Coors beer. So I remember there's a statue of him downtown. And it's too bad there aren't any women, are there?
I don't think so.
Not the Baby Doe or other people. Maybe they should have a statue of Tom Golden, for whom the town was named, and the first resident there, who had a little shack, as I understand it, along Clear Creek.
And my very last question is, if you could build a statue to represent the history of Golden, what do you think it would look like?
That's a good question. One way to do it might be to celebrate the Astor House. Have you been to the Astor House Museum?